Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of The Mind, Body, and Tech, the show where we dive deep into the lives and minds of entrepreneurs and professionals. Today, we're talking about navigating peak performance and as a creative entrepreneur. And we've got just the right person to guide us through this fascinating topic. Meet Olga, a creative powerhouse with 17 years of experience in strategic marketing, communications, and business development. She is the brains behind Royenko Agency and the co founder of Voice of Space. Today, we will get an insider look at how Olga runs her day to day, tackles challenges heads on, and stays at the top of your game. And that's not all. She'll also share her pro tips on team building, from finding the right people to creating ad hoc teams that really click, and how to forge partnerships that drive business growth. Let's get started. Hi, Olga.
Hi, Sana.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for your time. So let's start with simple question. Can you tell us what got you into marketing?
First of all, thank you for having me. You should know, and hi everyone who is watching, probably, hopefully. I feel very excited, of course, nervous, and I'm really wondering if I can say something thoughtful enough, deep enough, just to be useful. And I will use your advice. Just let it go. Just will share as sincere as I feel, all my experience and all my stories to tell, and maybe somehow people find it useful and relevant for their careers and path finding. I've actually happened to be in marketing because I met a person I fell in love with professionally. It was almost 17 years ago, and I've been working in real estate consultancy agency, and I took a position of administrator, and there was she, the marketing director from the Netherlands. I was working at office located in Kiev, Ukraine, and she was just something. She did so much fun stuff, interesting stuff. She was always busy. She looked so pretty and so professional. She had numerous phone calls. She sent numerous emails, and it all looked fascinating for me, being young professional, just a beginner in my professional path. And I thought that in 3 years, I want to be Eva. Her name was Eva van der Becke. Eva, if you somehow can watch this episode, so it was you who defined my path and my career. And I actually put an aim in my mind, targeted, and started to go to my target, to my goal. I wanted to be just like Eva in 3 years. And step by step, changing my roles. I started in PR and then shifted to marketing and then shifted to business development and then shifted to creative entrepreneurship. But actually, in 3 years, I took a position of PR lead that was pretty much close to everything Eva did.
Wow. Wow. This is perfect story. All right. So let's move on to Rayanka Agency. What does it focus on?
It's my first newborn business. Actually, I always considered myself to be a good corporate player, and my corporate career went really well. I took a position of PR director, then marketing and PR director, then strategic marketing director of investment and development company. So everything was really nice. And for my last 7 years in entrepreneurship, Rayanka Agency grew according to what I could offer as a professional. And it's a funny short story about how everything began. I I was frustrated actually because the company I had it marketing, strategic marketing communications. It was investment and development company, and it had huge plans. It should be the first ever in history in Ukraine company that would develop multifunctional arenas. For those who do not know, those are the venues that can actually welcome different types of events, conference, ice hockey matches, basketball matches, rock concerts, Disney shows, whatever. And this is the most technical wise venues could one imagine. And we've been to London. We've been in international, but participating in international team, and everything was moving so fast and fascinating and exciting. And it was that days when I could actually answer the question that, I'm sorry, that stupid question, who do you think you will be in 5 years? I had a question that day. I knew that I would have business development unit and this organization, and everything looked pretty much fine for me. But then it was 2014, the day, the year of first Russian invasion to Ukraine, and actually many businesses stopped, and it wasn't an exception. And our company also stopped because it required huge investments from the government side and both from international side, international investors as well. So I was so devastating, not only because of the work that I lost, because the dream didn't came true, but also about everything that happened to my country, to my people, to my relatives, and so on. So I found myself in the bottom of emotions. So I actually didn't know what to do. But I'm not the person who actually can sit on the bottom, on the butt for a long time. So I started moving and looking for different offers the market could offer me as a marketing lead, and found really none interesting and relevant, because when you already succeed and you already have this taste of what can be actually done, so you see, when you already saw this wide horizon, you just feel so disappointed when someone offer you to lower your ambitions. And I was talking to my husband and saying, what would I do? I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled with ambitions. Who would want me as a team player, as a corporate player? Because it felt like it was corporation, but actually I had so much influence, and I felt that I actually can influence decisions and navigate my department, and and influence company development as well. So to make the long story short, I would say, okay, what could be the next step? And back then I started to take consultancy project, smaller, mid-size, etc. And I actually came to understanding that I can exchange my experience, my knowledge, my expertise, my skills on a project baseline, on a project based cooperation. And it looked pretty much like an agency, but without the branding and naming. So I put on virtual sign and name it Royenko Agency. And back 7 years ago, we did everything. PR, we are here. Marketing strategy, let's get ready. Do you need brand development? Yes, we are here. Then I, as a marketer, I just reminded myself that when you are doing everything for everyone, you are becoming no one to nobody. So I decided to focus my efforts to what I did the best during my whole career. I am a great beginner, a starter. So when there is nothing, no glue, no function of marketing communication, even it doesn't depend how big the organization is. So we know a lot of examples when it can be really powerful organization, or very, very powerful and financially successful company, but with zero marketing, zero communications. And we have plenty of such examples in Ukraine and worldwide actually too. So I decided to focus on launching marketing function in-house of the companies, and I had really strong differentiation no one offered. I completed the all steps of development of the marketing strategy, development of the marketing plan, development of the marketing budget, and then I provided recruitment services to recruit the marketing team internal to the company. And then I offered mentorship support just to make sure then that when agency steps back, everything works perfect. So that was the definition, the differentiation no one offered, because many agencies try to make long-term relationships with the companies because it is revenue streams, and you really feel comfortable with your cash flow, P&L, and everything, better than me. But the thirst for novelty always drove me and stroked me in my back, so pushed me forward. And now Royenko agency made a pivot, and we are focusing on development social impact projects that are verified, countable, and could actually provide KPIs, be it quantitative and or qualitative, because we had few cases we felt really inspired with. We had the case with World Wild Fund, one of the case, and then second, we made a huge campaign for the charity fund that cares after castles, Ukrainian castles, and we felt so much power, so much insights and inspiration. So step by step, we decided just to focus on what drives us best.
Wow. I totally get this feeling when you're doing something big and something that is not just about money, because it's really helps you to be motivated all the time.
True.
So, and I know about this wonderful project of yours, Voice of Space. Can you
Yeah.
tell a few words about this?
Yes, this is actually my dream coming true. Next dream, building true. It's not coming true. It's actually building true with
Yeah.
hands and brains. So this is how actually dreams come true, when you do something with your hands and brains, and this is how it's building true, not coming true.
Yeah.
And as a strategic communicator, I always felt so uncomfortable with in spaces I didn't like, physical spaces, I mean. And I always wondered if companies they are owners of such big spaces, be it commercial, be it production, be it partly public spaces, why they do not use it as a powerful tool of communication. And then I went deeper in my research and found that numerous research actually uh, present facts that spaces influence how people think, how they feel, and how they are motivated to do something. So the space actually can be call to action. And the funny story is that I understand the gap. It's like a singer who really likes to sing but has no voice. This is what my story is. I really understand the gap, but I do not have design background, urbanist background, architecture background. I just can see it, I can explain it, but I cannot create it properly in terms of uh, space development. And I needed a partner. So I started the search, and in Innovative Park, Unit City, where I used to be a resident, I met my partner, Alice. She's architect and she's a designer. And both of us have tech background because we are mentors of different acceleration and innovation programs, both local, national, Ukrainian, and international. So we keep our eyes on tech development in different fields, and we decided to marry together tech, architecture, design, urbanism, strategic communications, and this is how we now transform spaces into powerful storytellers. So, yeah, this is about creating new um, types of businesses on the intersection of industries. And there are a lot of possibilities because the most beautiful things are born on the intersection of something that on the first glance cannot intersect, never can intersect, never, but you find a way how to combine it together with different angles, and then just like a spot, the tipping point that changes the rules. Yeah, Becca.
Um, yeah. So, yeah, it's wonderful. And now I think it's time to talk about your routine.
Yeah, sure.
What does your average day look like?
I prefer to schedule my working week, but not a working day, because you always have meetings, always have intellectual work, you always have some paperwork, you have daily or weekly meetings with team or teams. So I try to schedule my week ahead, understanding that there are 2 days more full with meetings online or sometimes offline. There are some days some day spots that I focus only on intellectual work. It might be research, it might be concept development, it might be hypothesis management, or something like this. Requires space and really silence, silencio, and silence. And I also have some, I call it intellectual philanthropy.
Okay, so let's get back to our talk. Anyway, we are live on YouTube. So, okay, let's talk about tasks. Yeah.
Mhm,
How do you prioritize your tasks if everything seems to be so urgent?
mhm. I actually try not to get into most popular tricks. I would say when everything seems to be urgent, actually there are always some more urgent things than others. And sometimes, and I'm not sure if it sounds very professional, but sometimes if you ignore some annoying tasks, they just disappear and they happen not to be that much urgent. What is urgent? Clients are first, and what concerns clients, their requests, their meetings, etc. This is actually is always priority. Then priority is development of intellectual product, which we offer, be it strategies, be it creative concepts, or research, special research, when we actually research the really big amount of different data, physical and digital, we call it digital, and ad hoc activities that actually help the train go go on, general tasks, etc. But I remind myself when what saves me from frustration or from overstress. I remind myself that fortunately I'm not a surgeon and uh, who makes surgeries, and no one dies if I have little fuck up. This is not something I tell myself all the day, but when I catch myself on this excitement in negative understanding of this feeling, I say that, Olga, no one dies if you take extra hour or extra day. This gonna be fine. And actually it helps because the thing is to calm down nerves and then to get back to your productivity.
So, yeah, I absolutely support ignoring some tasks because otherwise you're gonna get crazy. You cannot be everywhere, you cannot be everything. So, okay. So, let's talk about balance. How do you navigate um, the balance between client demands and
Mhm.
creative integrity?
uh, uh, with the help of scheduling. So, fortunately enough, I pivoted my business in and launched another one, Voice of Space, that is pretty much more predictable than it used to be like
Mm.
4 years or 3 years ago when we had mm, more clients, but the smaller ones. Now we focused on the bigger clients, and they are, I would say, slower ones. And there isn't, we don't face such unpredictability in our relations. Everything is pretty much step by step. But of course, there are some activities that cannot be predicted. It is working with documents or switching meetings or meeting or having unscheduled urgent meetings. But I think my choice, conscious, was just to answer myself frankly, what would I like to do with my career? And I do want to focus on bigger projects with bigger impact, with higher budgets, and with longer and bigger effort, but at the same time with greater outcomes.
Mm. I actually had the same thoughts because when you trying to be everywhere and work with everyone, it's not healthy, at least. So, yeah, you need to choose, you need to focus and choose where you want to go. So, this is a big problem for many people. And I have many clients who had the same problem, the same, like, okay, where is my focus should be?
Mhm.
And yeah, it's for everyone, actually, no matter how old are you, how long you
Yeah,
work,
and
and so
how
on and
old,
so
how
forth.
big. I really
Yeah.
liked the advice. I'm not sure where did I hear it, or maybe I read it somewhere. But the thing is, when you say to something yes, it means that you say no to something else, and it's really mind changing statement. So every time you consider yourself to be so good professional or person to say yes to many opportunities or offers or suggestions or requests, but the more important question, to what things, activities, and priorities you said no once you agreed on something you hesitated. So, and for me, it was like calibrating. Okay, this sounds good. And I try when I have time to filter all requests.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about setbacks. Um,
Mhm.
we all experienced failures, setbacks, and so on. So, how you handle failure or setback in your project?
Uh, I'm pretty much lucky person to have a really great team. And when I have these setbacks, I have support. And I also invest pretty much in therapy and mental health. And this is strategic investment into myself as a person and as a professional and as a business as an entrepreneur as well. This is a very good asset to have. So and this is strategic decision actually, and I learn how to walk out, actually physically walk out of this stress situation or run out, because sports actually plays really really good supportive role in life.
Mm,
So team, mental health, and sports,
yeah,
just to remind myself that it's, like a Solomon said, it's not forever, no good no bad, it's not forever.
yeah,
And
it
knowing
passes.
that
Yeah,
yes, it passes, it passes, it's true.
yeah, that's great. Um, So, as far as I remember, in 2014, you said you were on this not good place. Is it was burnout or it was something else? And how exactly you like you took yourself out from this situation?
It wasn't a burned out, it was some I was burning with the idea, and
Yeah.
unfortunately external circumstances just poured cold water over my head. But it's not it wasn't only me, like it was all whole country. And saving money is very good practice. To have to have some and to have understanding that whatever happens you have some budget to you have savings, uh, say
Savings. Yeah.
savings, yes, savings to put yourself together. Shall it take 3 months, half year? It depends on everyone, but at least 2 months ahead, just to navigate yourself and to speak frankly with your family, because when something happens to you, it automatically influences your partner and your family also. And more important, if you have dependent people on you, be it parents or
Mm.
maybe some other support, and being frank, saying that I'm fucked up, I actually feel fucked up,
Yeah.
and just to recognize that you probably considered yourself to be iron lady, but maybe not that iron. The irony is that you are not iron, and to take some space, to take some space to save space, because when you have little support or little money, you just cannot settle yourself that fast. But when you have support and when you can ask for support, and this skill, I actually would like everyone to ask for help,
Mm.
because actually what I understood, being 1 year away from home, and it wasn't my choice, actually it was my choice, of course, but I didn't want to leave Ukraine when the war started, this aggressive and full scale. And actually, life taught me, forced me to ask for help. And I brought this experience to my business. And it helps to open different doors, ask for help to different people, ask for introduction, connect on LinkedIn, talk about your ideas more. So asking for help is really great, not only for personal achievements and developments and mental health, but also for business.
Yeah, actually, I read the book Power of Broke, and I always recommended it to entrepreneurs, especially for startup founders. And it's absolutely like it's working when you have nothing to lose. You're fearless because
Yeah,
you
that's
just,
true.
yeah, you doing everything
Yeah,
because you have to,
you have to.
especially when you have this big idea that you so believe in, and probably nobody else believe in this idea.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't care. You just hustle and do everything, and stop. You like, mm, not shy. You don't have any imposter syndrome. You just do everything. So yeah, and it's great book. I recommend to read it.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah,
haven't read it. I will take my notes.
yeah. So let's talk about team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, First of all, finding the right people. It's crucial,
Mhm.
right? And you
Yeah.
said that team is one of the most essential moments in your professional life. So, what is your top tip for finding right people?
The finding right people are finding people that you would spend little more time, would feel like spending little more time than only working on your agenda, working agenda. So maybe due to I work in creative industries, and maybe not all rules are relevant for strictly focused on performance, financial performance, or quantitative performance businesses, which I do respect. But in my industry, be it voice of space or be it impact social impact project, nothing works without idea. And I do eager to find and succeed, like I'm lucky to succeed to find people, so-called creative producers, which means that those people not only can generate ideas based on insights and research and data, but produce actually projects. Creative producer knows the workflow of intellectual project, step by step, stage by stage, KPI by KPI. And actually, when you have three, four people alike around you, you can um, form teams very, very fast, ad hoc, completing the tactical assignments. When you actually know what you want, you know you have clearly defined technical assignments for different types of work, then it just goes like a little bit of a robotic process, but very, very, very predictable.
Hmm. All right. So let's talk about ad hoc teams. You
Yeah,
told me that you know some
I
tips and
love it.
about
Yeah, I
yeah.
love it.
So tell me about it.
Yeah. Uh, there are like push and pull strategies. Or pull strategies when you try to attract relevant people to your projects, be it short term, mid term, or long term. And push strategies is talking about your project's ideas, heavy networking, just like heavy networking, so that people would know who you are, what do you do, and made a decision to work with you or to listen to you. And actually, for me, why it was so easy to feel position of marketing managers and marketing leads back 3 years ago, because due to my proactive social activity, when I posted, I didn't use recruitment services, I didn't use a lot of paid channels of recruitment. I used my social media, and I had relevant candidates, verified candidates, so on. This is pretty much how it works in ad hoc teams, because you give an impulse saying that I need, for example, graphic designer, data engineer, programmatic lead, whoever, and you just send this message to 10 different people and have relevant context within a day, and then build within other 2 days the ad hoc team. Of course, you should know for sure what do you want, how much you pay, what are the relations, timeline, etc. But actually, the world will work this way more, because people like being independent, people like being home, or people like being somewhere else and not going to office every day. And people recently found out that, okay, I could be uh, um, many roles. I could be 4 hours employee and 4 hours consultant or ad hoc team manager, and it works really great. And I know great managers; they are highly with high rate per hour, but they deliver and they work, for example, 6 months a year, and 6 months they learn, they travel, they do whatever they want.
Yeah. Well, I feel the same in terms of like everything, not just a team, but everything you do. You need to share it
Sure,
with people. And
sure.
because in one moment you will need something, even something small.
Yeah,
You will not have network. No one will know what you do. So
yes.
absolutely. And a few days ago, I read an article. One author explains, like, he speaks about his books, and he said that when he wrote his first book, he made one mistake. He never told anyone when he finished. Yeah, he told everyone, but no one cares. So
Yes,
yeah, because people like to know about other people's lives. That's
yes,
why
true.
people love the Kardashians, right? So
Yes, yes,
this is
true.
the same. Don't be shy to share, because yeah, some haters gonna hate, but there's a small percentage of people who
Yes,
are haters. Yeah,
yes,
they're allowed, but you need to cope with that. That's it. But to be successful, you need to talk to people. So
true, true.
even if you are introvert.
Yes, yes, because you actually never know. You never
Yeah, I never
know.
know. Never.
You can schedule, you can plan, you can be perfect strategic planner, but one meeting can be the tipping point of dramatics in very good point of view event.
So we are like continuing to network. I have a question. Like, we just started to actually answer that. How important is networking, and how do you go about it? Like, I mean, for example, if you are on some event,
Mhm.
um, How you network with people you don't know?
Uh, um, Actually, I come and say hi, and I try to be helpful. And the first rule for any network: give before ask. This is a trick you can read in any book, in as any communication trick, but actually it's when you treat it not as a game but the as a sincere desire to be helpful, and it costs you actually nothing. It costs you nothing to ask a person, how can I be helpful to you? And it doesn't mean that you ask a person that you want to ask a favor instead. So being helpful is number one. Number two is personal brand. And when you are going to the conference, it's pretty much easier to make context when you are a speaker but not a visitor.
100%.
And and this can be an target, a goal to achieve within a year, within a year and a half, or half a year. It depends, but you will feel how easily the doors are opening and windows are opening when you actually are on the stage, or you can offer something valuable. But being useful actually uh, is step number one. When
It's like
you
hello, saying
learn,
hello. Yeah.
yes, but you should do it sincerely, because if you have all the time, or not all the time, hidden agenda,
Mhm.
so people will feel it. But this is about exchange. Sometimes you do something to other people and it pays back, maybe not directly. And of course, if you need to make a contact with a person you really need, so you search for extra information, you get prepared, and you correlate your request or your offer to the background needs, because it's always about finding the intersection, what I offer and what you probably would need. Because when you have in mind strategies, I ask, you give, it almost never works. But when you offer strategies, uh, I give, you give, and we win together, and you can actually articulate how you are winning together, how you reinforce each other. This works good. We have questions. Ira,
Mhm.
from Irina. Hi, Ira. I really, really like. Nice to see you. Uh, how do you react when people ignore you instead of helping? I try to find other people, because being a mentor, I actually recommend my mentees all the time not to find the hardest possible ways. Try to find the easiest possible ways. And if the person you need is not helping, just try to find other person, from the right, from the left, from above, from the underneath. So I used to work in the company, and I wouldn't name it, but I really had very conflict relations with my direct boss. Just we didn't match each other. I had competence and expertise, and he really needed me, and I like the job, but we had issues because I'm more, I stand for democratic relationships and not direct relationship. But in that situation, I understood there is no match, so zero chances just to communicate, to make bridges, to make common grounds. Zero chances. So I said, okay, what if I will cooperate with people from other departments who can actually influence him, And the things I need for my projects would be articulated not with my mouth, but with their mouth. So I found people who actually helped me to overcome this challenge, and everything worked smoothly. Just to find another people, be a little bit player, but in a very not only sophisticated, but actually um, ecological way. Yes, when you do not harm, when you do not have hidden agenda, but you want to deliver, but have some obstacles. Try to find other paths. Overcome left, right. There is someone who can help.
Yeah, and actually, I had several moments when you are a speaker. Yeah, it's easier to connect with people, but when you need some like top performance, top speakers, yeah,
Yeah.
and you want to talk to them, I found that organizers can be helpful better than I go like, hello, let's talk. Not everyone likes that, but if someone they know introduce you to these people,
Yes. Yes. Link
it's like
builder.
different, absolutely different.
Yes.
So
True. True.
or probably when you're not speaker but you know a person who are a networker and you are together on this event, and this person knows many people, so ask for introductions, because
Sure.
yeah, it's a bridge that can help you in networking.
And help
So
some, and also the trick is humor. When you
yeah.
can make a person laugh, it's just like 50% of success. And
Yeah. But you
actually,
need to be
friend,
careful.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
no jokes about politics, religion, etc. But
Many boundaries around you.
yes, many, yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah,
And
you need to be
sometimes
light, you need to be easy. People
easy,
don't like
yes,
hard people, they
and
like
frank.
easy people. Yeah.
And when you straight sometimes just straight ahead strategies works. You can say, I know you may be irritated that I approached you straight direct when you are having your coffee and croissant, but I beg your pardon, I do need your 5 minutes, please.
Yeah.
So sometimes this just like this being sincere just
Yeah.
overcomes all just protocols,
Yeah,
some other
absolutely.
challenges, etc. Just being straightforward, but not bully, of
Of
course. Just
course,
like
yeah.
frank, frank.
Don't pitch. I mean, it especially startup events. It's like one long
Yes,
pitching competition. So okay,
yeah.
we talked for a very long time. So let's like wrap up with the question like, what is success for you? How you measure it?
Oh, I really reconsidered my understanding of success. Oh, pretty much when your life is in danger. I beg your pardon, but this is true.
Yeah.
So you just success. Oh, you are alive. What a success of the day. You are not dead. And actually feeling complete and being financially safe.
Mm.
This is a success for me. Feeling complete, and I like to think that each and every of us has come here for something. And once you feel you're doing something, you were called here to earth, with sand here on earth, just to feel a delight. You know, when you can sit and say, and everything runs, everything is in a rush, everything 300 emails, 500 calls, but you feel as if everything goes as it should. And this is kind of internal feeling, even though everything is so fast and so unpredictable, but you somehow deep inside understand that it goes with the right direction. And this is success for me. And like when we are saying it in period, but I would I dream to build the Museum of Hope and give a project that would remind human to be human. And I explored some projects prototypes abroad, and one of them is in Venice, Human Safety Net Museum, completely sponsored by Generali company, financial big financial corporation. And actually, this is special experience, the experience you have in space. And this is truly social impact project when you can count number of people and you can actually measure the level of stress on entrance and on exit, and they do this. And this is beautiful, and this is impactful, and this is countable, and this is qualitative and quantitative. And this is probably how would success look for me in a matter of 7-10 years, to have this museum built and welcomed, to have open doors for hundreds thousands of people who would remind themselves that they are beautiful humans.
Wow. This is a big goal. And I
Yes,
believe that it comes true because you know how to do things with your hands. Do you
yes,
maybe you have some books or resources that you can recommend, and
I
podcasts
do.
or something else? So
I do. I do actually. I would not spend a lot of time on recommendations. I know this is in Ukrainian, but it is called David wins. It is a story about David and Goliath, and the author is ethnical Ukrainian American, one of the biggest thinkers of the our century, Adrian Slivotsky. So, and this is the book for startups, and it's so beautiful in terms of research how the small beat it the greatest. And I would not say about all 9 topics of how the smallest win the greatest, but this is actually the handbook for startups because it tells us how to collaborate. It tells us how to tell stories about us. It tells us, it teaches us that you do not have to own resources, but you have to be clever enough to have an access to the resources
mm,
and make products, services by having an access. And this is the tips for win-win strategies building, how you can succeed without having actually nothing behind you, no money, no resources, etc. And it is written like a little bit of adventure story. So, but at the same time, it has very practical tools. Consider this, do this, case studies, homework. So I do recommend it.
thank you. Thank you so much. And I would appreciate if you will send me a link where our listeners can find this book, and I will put it in comment section so everyone can,
Sure,
yeah,
sure, I
check
will.
it out. Thank you so much for your time. Sorry for hiccups.
Thank
It's
you
like
for
first
having me.
episode, so we
Great.
we should have this.
Yes, of course. I would be disappointed if we didn't have technical issues.
Oh,
It wouldn't be just like,
universe would never disappoint you, so
yeah,
we fine, we
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, and I
Yeah,
wish your dream come true uh,
thank you.
as fast as it's humanly possible. Thank you,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was great, great pleasure and joy. And thank you for doing this for all of us.
You know,
Thank you for
probably
your work.
in a year or maybe more, we're gonna repeat this interview, and you will tell us
Yeah.
something new.
Update.
So
Update.
keep
Yeah,
it
I
in
hope
mind.
so. Hope so.
All
Thank
right,
you.
all
Thank
right.
you.